Hi, welcome to Marlene at Home. And I'm Marlene from Carroll County Public Library, where I'm the Adult Services Supervisor at the North Carroll branch. This is Marlene at Home, the summer edition. Once a month during June, July, and August, I'll be doing a Marlene at Home edition. Last December, I ended Marlene at Home weekly edition after almost 70 episodes. Now I'll just be having monthly, the second Sunday of each month for June, July, and August at the same time at 3 o'clock. So please join us for the summer edition of Marlene at Home. The summer reading theme this year is Oceans of Possibilities. And so I would like you to explore some possibilities of what you might do this summer and things you might want to read. I'm going to start by taking you down to the beach this weekend. It's supposed to be 90 degrees, so should be a hot one. And just out here, I'm enjoying some of my summer flowers that I've gotten started. And I want to talk about some reading suggestions. Did you know that the summer reading program is for all ages, from babies being read to till the graveside? And many of you that are watching me are our best readers. So please sign up online or come into one of the branches and we'll be glad to sign you up. But the wonderful prizes that they offer for every different age group, you don't want to miss. I'm going to the beach with my grandchildren this weekend, so I picked up some books to pack tonight. This is one of my favorites, and I've talked about this one before. At the Boardwalk by Kelly Ramsell Feynman. This is just specifically about Ocean City, Maryland, which is where we're headed. And another one about Ocean City, Maryland is called The Sand Lady, an Ocean City, Maryland Tale by Corinne M. Litzenberg. Or Pip's Guide to Ocean City, Volume 1. This is about Ocean City, Maryland, and there's now additional volumes. And then this is from our Great States series for children, What's Great About Maryland, and of course, Ocean City, Maryland, the beach. The boardwalk is mentioned in here. So just a few ideas if you're like me and you want some things to read to your grandchildren about the beach. I also forgot to say to have you look at our dog Cooper. Cooper, come here. Get up in your chair. He was over there by the fire and he likes to be read to too. My grandsons like to read to him. More books about Ocean City, Maryland. This is a great book. I looked at it yesterday. Maryland's Ocean City Beach Patrol gives you the history and the training, and very interesting. By the way, not about Ocean City, but you just might want to pick up some Beach Boys music to play in the car on the way down or while you're there. Here's Ocean City Oddities, or Ocean City Going Down the Ocean, or Chesapeake Outdoor Tales, Hunting and Fishing by the Tides. This wouldn't be my book, but Chesapeake Crimes, 15 Chilling Tales includes the Agatha and Anthony award-winning story, Wedding Knife by Elaine Vetz. So some Ocean City or Chesapeake area books. Now these are boardwalk books. They are what we call beach reads. And I haven't read these, I just happened to pick them up, but they're not about Ocean City, Maryland. This one, Boardwalk Summer by Meredith Jagger, takes place in California. This one, Boardwalk Summer by Kimberly Frisk, takes place in Washington State. So there's two there. And many of you grew up all your life going to Ocean City, Maryland. I did not. We grew up going with my family to Ocean City, New Jersey. And this is a cookbook, the Jersey Shore Cookbook. And from the whole coastline of New Jersey are all kinds of recipes and pictures and stories. And so I enjoyed that. So just some ideas for adult reading, for the adult summer reading. So pack up your things. We're headed to the beach. Here we are crossing the Chesapeake Bay Bridge on our way to Ocean City, Maryland. Yikes, it's not my favorite spot. I feel better when I get to the other side. Welcome to Ocean City, Maryland. I'm here on the beach, left work around lunchtime today, drove down and just had a wonderful dinner on the boardwalk, and I'll show you some pictures about that in a little bit. closer to the 60s, but tomorrow on the beach I'm sure it'll be much warmer. So a beautiful Friday night here and a great way to kick off summer. So if you haven't been down to the beach for a while, come on down, get a nice seafood dinner, get some ice cream, and we'll talk about some other good spots. Our grandson Josiah, for his birthday, wanted to go somewhere special. And a friend at school, one of his buddies, told him Ocean City, Maryland is a great place. So he came along with my mom and papa, and his older brother and parents arrived later that night. But Josiah was just dying to get to the beach, on the sand, and in the water. But our first stop was at the Ocean City life-saving station, and here he's looking at the biggest fish ever caught. And he was all excited about that because great fish, big fish, he loves to fish, and we were close to the beach. Here he is with more information about the largest fish. It was about a 120-pound tiger shark caught by a woman. Here he is looking at a marlin and some past history. Here he is looking at a large mako shark. And you might notice that in the background there are some old cars because it was classic car weekend while we were there. He was still dying to get to the beach, but we made a stop at Harrison's Harbor Watch restaurant. Here he and Papa were playing a game, waiting on our food, and Josiah loved watching the classic cars go by. After dinner, we walked on the boardwalk, and here's one of Mom's favorite places, Core Brothers Frozen Custard. Yummy. And finally, here is my boy, all smiles. He's on the sand, he's on the beach, but the water was 60-some degrees. After putting his feet in, he wasn't so excited about getting in, getting wet. He was going to wait till the next day when it was warmer. But you can see he was so happy to be here and excited that he finally made it on the sand and in the water, at least for his feet. Here's turn around the other way. You can see some of the boardwalk stores and some things of Ocean City in the background. It's a beautiful night out here. It's about 8 o'clock, 7:30 maybe. And this is my grandson, Josiah. He's here picking up some shells. And we'll be back on the beach tomorrow, and it'll be much warmer. And we won't have jackets. He's got his jacket on, says he's freezing. But anyway, take a look at this beach because tomorrow it'll probably be pretty packed. Josiah couldn't wait to get up and walk on the pier. That was the next stop. Another spot you might want to visit when you're at the ocean is a library. This is the Ocean Pines branch, just minutes away from Ocean City Beach. But some days it's super hot, like today it could go up to 95. So you might want a mid-afternoon rest, someplace quiet, someplace cool, someplace for the kids to play. And so I highly recommend stopping by a library. There's also an Ocean City branch. So look around where you're staying, see what's the closest library. If you have a Carroll County Public Library card, stop into any Maryland library and they can connect your card to their system. Especially if you're someone that comes here all throughout the summer. You know, if you're just here for one time a year, maybe not. But if you're a regular person, a regular user and visitor here in Ocean City, don't forget a library. Here's a lovely flower garden as you enter the library. I missed filming one of my favorite parts. Under this pink rose trellis, there is a bronze statue of a little girl and boy sitting together reading a book. Sorry, it got covered up by the roses, yellow roses, and I didn't realize that. But a really pretty sight. Here's the front view of the Ocean Pines branch of the Worcester County Library. Here's one of the few times that day that my boy stood still for me to get a picture. Here's Josiah and Cohen. My husband volunteered to stay back at the house and nap. I volunteered to stay on the beach and watch the waves and read a library book, while the rest of my family, my daughter, my son in law, and the two boys, took a walk on the boardwalk for about an hour and a half. And there's a number of things that Ocean City Boardwalk is famous for. One of the most famous things is since 1981, Randy Hoffman has sculptured biblical creations at the beach at Ocean City, Maryland, and the sculptures are constantly changing. If you've never had the opportunity to see his artwork and his sand sculptures, you are really missing out. So it's very fun. At night, there are often lights on it, very beautiful, and I highly recommend that. Well, they had a long walk from one end to the boardwalk just about to back. They also got hungry for one of my favorite things at the beach, at the ocean, and that's a bucket of Thrasher's French fries. The funny thing is, when they arrived back to the blankets where I was and under the umbrella, all the French fries had been eaten, and the boys hadn't had any. After getting cleaned up, we were on our way to dinner. This young man claims he never fell asleep. We had a wonderful seafood dinner at Hooper's Crab House, and Cohen ordered his first kids' meal that was a seafood dinner. His dad, Brad, was showing him how to use the mallet and crack a crab, and here's Mommy and he, all smiles after finishing a luscious dinner. Mama and Papa were ready to go home and take a rest, but not the other four. Off they were to Assateague Island for the boys to see the wild horses for the first time, and then off to play miniature golf. We said, call us when you're done, and then we will meet you at one of our favorite family spots, Dumpster's Dairyland, for ice cream to finish the evening. Thank you for joining me once again at Marlene at Home, the summer edition. Did you enjoy the trip to Ocean City, Maryland? But maybe you don't think you'll make it down to the ocean this summer. So come back to the July 10th edition of Marlene at Home, when we will visit oceans of possibilities much closer to home. Thanks again for joining me at Marlene at Home.